Hello, this is Kristen at Servantech, and in this tutorial video we're going to take a look at the Preachit component and the basics of setting up your structure so that you can locate files and use them inside Preachit. So what we've done thus far is we've installed a blank Joomla 2.5 install. We've also installed the latest version of the Preachit component, and we've installed a file manager. We chose to use Explorer, which is an open source file manager. You can also use FTP software or of the file manager of your choice. So what we're going to do first is we want to create folders in our directory tree of our website where we can store the content for Preachit. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Explorer component, and you'll see I've already created a new folder called Sermons. Within that folder I've also set up some subdirectories called Series Images, Sermon Audio, Sermon Notes, and Sermon Video. These are all different files that we can upload for use in the Preachit component. But the one thing we're lacking right now is a folder to store our teacher images. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new directory and call this Teacher Images. And this will be a directory, not a file. And I'll click Create. Now that I have the folder set up, I can go back to Joomla, and when I go into the Preachit component, I can go ahead and go right to the control panel, or I could also scroll down directly to the folders area. Let's take a look at the control panel so I can show you what it looks like initially upon installing Preachit. And you'll see you have lots of icons to navigate. You also have tabs across the top where you can navigate to different parts of the component. It has a lot to offer. There's a lot packed in here, so we will go ahead and get started with the folders. So we can click on the Folders tab, and you'll notice I've already set up folders to correspond with the folders I created in the File Manager, and I've given them names accordingly. So just like in the File Manager, you'll notice the one thing that's missing here is the Teacher Images folder. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder, and really all we're going to do is point to this folder in the File Manager. We're not creating a new folder like we just did, we're just creating a folder in the Preachit interface that will point to the folder we just created in the File Manager. So I'm going to give this folder the name Teacher Images, and we don't need to fill in the site URL because we're going to store our images locally. What we need to do is tell it where to find these images, which is inside of the Sermons folder, and we gave it the name Teacher Images. And the type is a local folder. Now, Preachit also allows you to store the content elsewhere. If you don't want to store it on the local site, you could store it on another FTP server. You just need to enter the host name, username, password, and port, and then you can go back to the media folder details, type in the site URL and the folder, and you can connect files that are actually stored elsewhere. Another nice feature they've added is the Amazon S3 account, where you can type in your access key ID or your secret access key to be able to continue working with that. So I'm going to go ahead and save and close this folder, and you'll now notice that we also have a Teacher Images folder, and this points to the folder that we created in the File Manager for Teacher Images. In the following videos, we're going to take a look at how to set up new teachers, how to set up messages, series, and ministries. So stay tuned for another tutorial video, and thanks for joining us.